Welcome to Path to Real English. Listen, learn, and speak English with confidence.
90 days ago, I almost quit this podcast over a notebook, a cheap one. It had a cartoon duck on the cover. I don't know why I remember that.
Of course you remember the duck and not the actual crisis.
The duck was load-bearing, Olivia.
Anyway, by the end of this episode, he's telling you the one sentence that changed his mind, and you'll walk away with your own plan for the next 90 days. Liam, be honest. If I told you that you had exactly 90 days to change your life, what's the first thing you'd actually do?
90 days? Honestly, I don't know. That question still makes me nervous, and I've had 90 days to think about it.
Good. It should make you nervous. Because today, we're not just talking about change, we're giving you a real plan. This is how to change your life in 90 days.
And like I said, 3 months ago, I almost walked away from this whole show.
You still haven't told me the full story.
I will, but you have to earn it. Stay with us because the story's coming and I promise it's not what you'd expect.
Okay, first, let's talk about why 90 days is the magic number and why most people never even try.
90 days sounds short, but it's actually long enough to build a real habit and short enough that you don't lose motivation halfway through.
Right. A year feels too far away. Your brain just says, I'll start later. But 3 months? That feels real. You can picture the end.
Close enough to feel urgent, far enough to feel possible.
Honestly, I don't fully buy the magic number thing. I think 90 days works for you because you're impatient. I need longer runways or I panic.
That's fair. I'm not saying it's magic for everyone. I'm saying it's long enough to prove something's real, even if you personally need 6 months to feel safe starting.
Okay, I'll allow it. So, what actually happened 3 months ago? Why did you almost quit?
Honestly, I was comparing myself to every other host, every other show, people my age who seemed further along. And instead of doing something about it, I froze.
I don't think people talk about that enough. The freeze. Everyone prepares for failure. Nobody prepares for just stopping.
That's exactly it. The opposite of success isn't failure. It's staying frozen.
Okay, that one's worth remembering.
What got me moving again was one small decision. Not 10 changes, one. I picked a single thing and gave myself 90 days to get better at it.
Not 10 goals, one goal, with a deadline.
Yes, but picking that one thing is harder than it sounds. Next up, the biggest mistake people make when they try to change their life, and it's probably one you've made too.
Okay, Liam, biggest mistake?
People try to change everything at once. New diet, new job search, new language, new gym routine, all starting the same Monday.
I've done that. Woke up at 5 a.m., started learning Spanish, ran every day, cut out sugar, and, this is the part I never tell people, I also decided I was going to become a morning person who journals. Like 3 separate identities in 1 week. That's not a plan, that's a witness protection program. It really was. How long do you think it lasted?
A week?
4 days. And on day 5, I didn't just stop one thing, I stopped all of it, deleted the Spanish app, and ate an entire sleeve of cookies out of spite.
That's the trap. When you try to change everything at once, your brain treats it like a threat. It gets overwhelmed and it shuts the whole system down, including the parts that were actually working.
So the reframe. Change isn't about doing more, it's about doing less, consistently.
Consistency beats intensity every time.
If someone's listening right now with 5 different changes they want to make, what do they actually do?
Pick one. The one that, if it improved, would make the other 4 easier to.
Like, if your energy is low, maybe sleep is the one thing. Fix that, and everything else gets easier by default.
Exactly.
And once you've got that one thing, you need a way to track it, because motivation will not carry you for 90 days. Not even close.
Which is exactly where most people quit, around week 3. What to do when motivation completely disappears? Right after this. We're back! Liam, week 3. Motivation's gone. Now what?
This is the part nobody talks about. Motivation isn't a stable feeling. It comes and goes like weather. You can't wait around for it.
So what do you replace it with?
Identity. Instead of saying, I'm trying to exercise, you say, I'm someone who exercises. Small change in words completely changes how your brain treats the action.
So it's not about the goal, it's about who you're becoming.
Right. Goals are temporary. Identity sticks.
I actually stumbled into this by accident. Years ago, learning English, I stopped saying I'm studying English and started saying I'm becoming an English speaker. It stopped feeling like homework. It felt real.
Perfect example. And here's the quiet part. Some days you won't feel motivated at all. You'll just show up because that's who you already decided to be.
That's the part where most people quit, isn't it? Right when it stops feeling exciting and starts feeling normal.
Exactly. But normal is the goal. Boring means it's working. Boring means it's a habit now, not a project.
Okay, one goal. Tracking identity instead of motivation. But what happens when life actually gets in the way? Bad days, bad weeks? That's next.
Let's be real, Olivia. Life doesn't wait for your 90-day plan.
Oh, completely. Week 6 of a challenge I'd set for myself, I got sick, missed 5 days straight, and thought, well, that's it. I ruined it.
You didn't ruin it. You paused it.
Didn't feel that way at the time. It felt like failure.
That's the reframe people need most. 1 missed day is an accident. 2 missed days is the start of a new habit. The wrong one.
So the rule is never miss twice.
Never miss twice. Miss Monday? That's life. Get back on Tuesday. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad month.
I wish someone had told me that back then. I gave up for almost a month after that sick week, purely because I'd already decided I'd failed.
And that's the actual danger. Not the missed days. The story you tell yourself about the missed days.
Okay, one goal, identity over motivation, forgiving bad days. But there's one piece left, the actual turning point, the moment it all shifted for you.
And that's what I promised you at the start of this episode.
Turning point. So, the story. 90 days ago. What actually happened?
It's small, almost embarrassing.
Now I really need it.
I was at my desk. It was like 11 at night. I hadn't eaten. I was doom scrolling other people's successful year posts. And I opened that duck notebook and wrote one sentence. What would this look like if it were easy?
That's it? 11 p.m., a duck notebook, and one sentence? That's your big turning point? I was expecting more, honestly.
That's it. Because I realized I'd built the entire 90 days into this huge mountain in my head. But the truth was, I just needed to do one small thing. Today. Not the whole mountain. One step.
So it wasn't a dramatic moment. It was a different question.
Most people ask, why is this so hard? Try asking, what would make this easier? Your brain will actually go looking for the answer. It takes the question seriously.
And 90 days later, here we are. Still recording.
Still growing the show. Still learning every episode.
Okay, before we close, let's walk through the English words from today's episode, because there were some genuinely useful ones. First word, consistency. Doing something regularly, again and again, over time.
Her consistency in practicing English every day helped her improve fast.
Second, overwhelmed, feeling like you have too much to handle.
He felt overwhelmed when he tried to change 5 habits at once.
Third, identity, how you see yourself, who you believe you are.
Changing his identity from someone who wants to run to a runner made all the difference.
Fourth, reframe, to look at a situation in a new way.
She learned to reframe her mistakes as lessons, not failures.
Fifth, turning point, the exact moment something important starts to change.
Writing that one sentence in his notebook was the turning point of his whole year.
Consistency, overwhelmed, identity, reframe, turning point. 5 small words that can change how you think about 90 days. So, here's what we want you to remember. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to change everything today. One small decision, repeated for 90 days, and the patience to forgive yourself on the days it doesn't go perfectly.
Your life doesn't change in one big moment. It changes in 100 small ones, stacked together.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Liam.
You've been listening to Path to Real English.
Next episode, we're breaking down the exact 5-minute morning routine that made all of this possible for me. If you've ever failed at mornings before, you don't want to miss it.
See you there.